All right, now I probably should be making this video after the Kentucky game, being that there's a bye week coming up. But I decided to make this video after Florida has finished half of their season, at this point. So what this video is going to be about, this is going to be about which players, in my opinion, have blossomed the most so far through 6 games of Florida season. This isn't going to be a ranking of like who's number one or who's number 10, like I have done in other videos in the past when I'm talking about freshmen that could have an impact for Florida, or which Florida could use the biggest could use the biggest stock stock growth in their offseason practices or anything like that. This is just me acknowledging players who have done very good for this season, some of which that were advertised heavily because of the big name additions through like the transfer portal or through recruiting. In some cases, there were guys um, that were not necessarily well sung through in the preseason, that didn't get necessarily get the most hype. So that's what this video is about. So we're gonna start on offense, of course. One, I think a player that has blossomed for Florida has been Chimere DK. He transferred from Wisconsin. Has during the early signing day period last December for the 2024 cycle. He came in from Wisconsin, was a multi-year starter as a slot receiver and as a punt returner, and he has been as advertised. He's been a very great punt returner. He's done the job tremendously. His punt returns almost won Florida the game last Saturday against Tennessee because on back-to-back punt returns he put Florida past Tennessee's midfield not once but twice. He put them like inside. I think it was like at the 48 the first time, and then he put them at the 31 the second time. So Jameer DK has been a very nice addition to the Gators. Has been a very complimentary piece to the outside receivers that Florida has with Badger and Eugene Wilson and Ada Mizell, and he has also developed a nice chemistry with DJ Lagway. If you look at DJ Lagway's performance against Sanford and UCF and Tennessee, in each of those games, he hit big passes towards number 17. And to have DJ, and not that you wanted DJ Lagway to get the starter role because Graham Mertz got hurt, but now that he is thrusted into the starting role because Graham Mertz's injury, that now allows him and DK to build their sorry if you hear that noise, that's just me moving around in my chair. Now that allows them to build the chemistry that they have developed together and what could be a nice boost to the offense, because while I respect Graham Mertz, when you see DJ Lagway on the field, you see what he has that Graham Mertz doesn't have, and that's something that just can't be taught, which is, athleticism, arm strength, and the ability to make certain plays that Graham Mertz can't. Graham Mertz is a very methodical, stay within the system quarterback that can, that it makes sure the offense is a passing offense is efficient, but not necessarily explosive. With DJ, the passing offense can be explosive with down the field passes. I think he just needs more reps to get into his rhythm, and I think that's kind of where that multi quarterback system kind of hurt him. But Chimere DK has been very good for this Gator offense. Another receiver who Florida got through the transfer portal that has been good in this offense is Elijah Badger for the transfer from Arizona State. Big name acquisition in the spring portal, a big bodied receiver who, let's see, he's about 6'1", 192. So yeah, he's a big bodied receiver. Leads the team in receiving yards. He has nice strong hands and is a good feel for his routes. He's a very good route runner, very efficient in how he gets open. He is kind of like Ricky Pearsall, except I think Elijah is a little bit more explosive. Like Ricky, I don't think had that explosiveness or that leaping ability that Elijah has. They're both good receivers, but I think with Elijah, there's just something. He's just another animal, right? Like Ricky's good, but Elijah is just more explosive, in my opinion. And he and DJ Lagway, I think, are gonna work well together in the games that Lagway is going to start for Florida. Freshman running back that has been good for Florida has been Jaden Ball. From Atlanta, Georgia, Columbia High School, freshman running back that Florida flipped from Arkansas on early signing day. He, along with Gregory Smith, the defensive back, were two freshmen that Florida flipped on early signing day. He was a guy that Nick Saban was trying to get at Alabama before he retired, while he was still committed to Arkansas. So if Nick Saban, knowing he was going to retire, still wanted to leave Alabama with Jaden Ball, then that tells you that there's something about this dude that you should really be excited for as a Florida fan. Being that Montrell Johnson is hurt, again, you're not celebrating Montrell Johnson being hurt, but that means more reps for him. And Jaden Ball is a guy that is bigger than Montrell. Montrell's about 5'11", 215, maybe 220. Jaden Ball's bigger than that, taller and weight wise, and he's more explosive. I think there's just more wiggle. I think he has shown better ball carrier vision, because sometimes he'll just cut into a hole that wasn't even made up by the offensive line, but just because the defense was flowing a certain way, he can cut and then just boom, get himself into open space. And that kind of one running back system is perfect for this Billy Napier offense, which is why Trevor Etienne played so well. And you see the athleticism that he showed back in the spring game. I mean, that spring game has made him absolutely famous, and it has made him a well known commodity on this Florida team. And another running back that has been good for the Gators as well, Jacoby Jackson. He was a JUCO, a redshirt junior JUCO from Kahoma CC. He's originally from Pensacola Catholic High School in Pensacola, Florida. So he's a Florida boy. And he's a JUCO transfer who worked his butt off to get into this running back rotation. Third on the team in rushing yards, but second on the team in rushing touchdowns. He and Ball have shown are giving Florida a very hopeful future in the backfield, excuse me. And I hope that maybe Florida can look at Trayon Webb returning at the running back spot to give them another option while Montrell Johnson is out for however long it may be. Millie Napier said yesterday that it shouldn't be a long recovery for Montrell, but I don't think he'll be playing in the Kentucky game. Jake Slaughter, this guy is by far the best offensive lineman on Florida's team. Interior, outside, whatever you want to call it. Came back last year. Played in 8 games last year because Kingsley Egglecon was in and out of the lineup. And I think that experience that he got last year really did him some good, because it seems like the game has slowed down for him. Per Football Focus, he's been consistently been one of the top interior offensive linemen in the country. He has played well. He has opened up the run game up the middle for the Gators. He has been a gold mine for Florida at that center position. So that's offense. We're going to go to defense. George Gums Jr., this guy to me was the unsung hero of the entire preseason. Redshirt junior, transfer from Northern Illinois, originally from Chicago, Illinois, out of Simeon High School, leading the team in sacks. He is bringing effort. He is bringing pass rush. He is bringing some explosiveness to the defensive unit that the defense just did not have last year, and really has been lacking the last couple of years. And his effort around the edge has been good. He had a real good game against UCF. He had an even better game against Tennessee. He is really coming into his own right now on the defensive side of the ball. Another defensive player that has been great for Florida, and this is a guy that's been here for a long time and came back for his senior season, and that's Jason Marshall Jr. He took a lot of flack for his play last year, and rightfully so in my opinion, but he has come back and has been 180 degrees different from what the player we saw last year. Sticky in man coverage, more aggressive in his tackling, and you see more confidence, and his play has been superb this year. Jason Marshall has been that shutdown corner that Florida fans have been hoping that he had been for a while, and I think he has been a vital component of why the defense has improved over the last few weeks compared to what we have seen leading up to the UCF and Tennessee games. So shout out to Jason Marshall. Pop Howard, he was my favorite addition to the defense in the preseason. He's a Jacksonville native. Florida was trying to get him to sign to the team in 2023 recruiting cycle, but he chose South Carolina, but then transferred back home to Gainesville. So he has been a great addition to the team, playing right next to Shamar James. I'll pull up the stats right here. Got to give it some time, but Pop Howard has been superb for Florida. Here it is right here. Or Grayson Howard. 29 tackles, a sack, a pass deflection, a couple of fumble recoveries, also forcing a fumble himself. He, along with Shamar James, have been two good inside linebackers that are flying around the football and putting up some real good numbers. And he's already gone well above what he did last year at South Carolina when he was more of a rotational guy. But I have a real good positive feel for how this guy's going to finish the season. I think he's going to finish the season strong. And then lastly, Tyreek Sapp, 22 tackles. I think that's like fifth or sixth on the team. Tied for lead sacks along with George Gums, 3.5. He has shown out in the last 3 games, and I'm sure he's going to look to build upon that success. Tyreek Sapp has been a guy that's been on the team for about, I think, maybe a couple of years. I'm going to look his number up right here. 94, yep, redshirt junior from Fort Lauderdale, St. Thomas Aquinas. He has done a good job for this defense, and he has been a key cog and a key leader for why they've played better the last few weeks. So that's about it. We're just going to make this video quick. He has been superb for Florida as a pass rusher and as a defensive lineman, and as an edge rusher. And he has kept LJ McCray off the field, because I know a lot of fans want to see LJ McCray on the field because how highly rated he is as a recruit and how big and explosive he is. But the way Tyreek Sapp and George Gums are playing, that's the reason why TJ Searcy and LJ McCray aren't getting on the field. Not because they ain't good, but because these two dudes are putting on a show. So that's really about it. Those are 9 players I wanted to highlight and give a big shout out to, and how they have played this season, that have blossomed for Florida this season. So that's it.